with a Joyful Cottage. Today's episode is a focus on the front porch. We're decorating it for fall, and I'm going to show you how I made this wall decor. Also, one of my viewers asked me if I would show the interior of my home in the evening with the candles lit. So we're going to do that as well, and that will come at the end of the video. So without further ado, let's get started. I found this tobacco basket at the thrift store. I think I paid a few dollars for it. It has been used quite extensively. It looks like it's faded, and so I decided I would stain it with some stain that I have on hand. This is a Restaining Kona. It's a gel stain that I'm using. It's the same stain I've used on other things like my bathroom mirror to age it, give it a more antique look. I'm using a foam brush just to brush it on, and I'm trying to do it evenly, and then I can use the foam on the brush to get into the little areas in between the crossbars of the tobacco basket. And this is working out really well. And then I'm going to be taking a rag and wiping down what I've brushed on, and I will also use the rag to kind of get into the crevices where I couldn't reach with the brush. And so I'm giving it one good coat of the gel stain. I let the stain dry overnight, and then I just started adding florals, fall florals from my stash. I'm using some white, and I'm using some white berries. I'm using some leaves and other items that just give it a nice fall combination, something that you see in nature. And I'm using wire to wire these onto the basket. I don't want to glue them all on because I may want to remove the fall florals and do something different for another season. So I'm using wire, and then when I've got it just the way I want it, I'm adding the pumpkins with a glue gun. I'm not afraid to glue those onto the front of the florals because they'll easily come off. So I'm just kind of playing with it and getting it the way I want it to look, trying to give it a lush look, but also letting part of the basket show through as well because I think it's so interesting and pretty. And once I have it just the way I want it, then I'm going to add a bow that I made, and this is from a ribbon that I already had on hand. So most of what I'm using I already had. I didn't go out and buy anything. I really am so happy with the way this fall basket turned out. It's just what I imagined when I saw the basket in the thrift store, and I did it on such a budget. And honestly, these are so expensive. I was shocked to find that they can sell anywhere from $30 all the way up to $200, depending on how much floral is used and such. And so this one here, I've seen something similar in size and florals for $160. So I feel like I got a good deal. I have my wall decor hung, and now I'm just going to cover the cushions of my chairs with covers that I made. They're envelope cushion covers, so they're very easy to put on. The matching cover that I made for the footstool. This was a tablecloth that I cut down to fit the stool, and then I just have a band that I made. I put some elastic in it to put around the top of it to hold it. I'm going to add these pillows that I made. I did the covers with some fabric that I had left over and pumpkin placemats that I had purchased some time ago. I have a black throw that I picked up at Walmart for $3.50. To the table, I'm going to add this lantern that I have. I put an LED candle inside that works on a remote. And then I have these two pumpkins that I'm going to add. To the right of the front door, where I usually have a basket with flowers in the summer, I'm going to hang this fall wall hanging I found at the thrift store for $3. On the other side of the door, I have this pot with a coleus in it. I had two others that I planted along with it, but they didn't make it. So I'm going to add a coleus from my patio to the one that's already in the pot. And this will just fill it in. And then I'm going to add a mum. And I'm going to put this in a galvanized bucket that I have. And then I have this pumpkin that I'm going to set next to the mum. And I've hung this wreath that I found at a thrift store for $3 on the front door. I have my same welcome mat that I've used all summer long. I think it works very well with the colors on my porch for fall. I hope today's episode was of interest to you, that you got some ideas or some inspiration. And I hope that you enjoyed the look at my interior with all the candles lit. It certainly changes things and makes things look a little bit magical. I want to share a scripture with you today. This is from 2 Thessalonians 3, verse 16. Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times in every way. The Lord be with you all. And I chose this one today because there's so much turmoil right now. I'm thinking of all those folks that have been affected by Hurricane Helene, and especially the North Carolina folks that are underwater and have lost their homes. And I know there are other parts of the country too, the other states where Florida and Georgia and such, that have experienced much of the same sort of thing. So it's just devastating and kind of hard to wrap your head around. So for anyone that's watching this who has family or friends, loved ones that have been involved in this tragedy, maybe you've lost someone or someone that you know is missing right now, I just want you to know that I'm praying for you, and our Facebook group page is praying. And we have to just give it over to the Lord and trust in Him to meet the needs of those that have needs He will provide what they need. So I think what we really are looking for is peace, whether it's here in our country or in the Mideast with Israel and what's going on there with Iran. Just a lot going on right now, and it's easy to lose our peace and to have anxiety and discouragement, but we can't let that happen. We just have to keep trusting in the Lord, read our Bibles, concentrate on Scripture, focus on Scripture, and meditate on it, and let it just fill our hearts and minds with the love of God. He's so faithful to us, and He will see us through each of these situations. So I want to thank you also for all your comments after my last video. You're such an encouragement to me, and I truly appreciate it. I will not be leaving YouTube at all. I plan on continuing to do what I have been doing and to do even more if I can. So anyway, I just wanted to share those thoughts with you and to thank you again for your kindness and your friendship. I've met so many wonderful people through my channel, and it really is an encouragement to me. So with that, I'm going to sign off for now, and we'll meet again soon. God bless you and keep you.